Payday loans are short-term, small-dollar loans. But unlike a typical loan, you have to repay the entire principal by your next payday.
Payday lenders are predatory because the interest rates range from 70-something% all the way up to over 1,000%.
I didn't know a lot about payday lending until our congregation began to be engaged in the issue. I find the whole payday lending industry obscene for several reasons, not the least of which is that I think it preys on people who are financially distressed and desperately in need of a sense of hope.
You better believe the money that we paying in these payday loans, they're making people rich that we will never run into, who would never have the interest of even giving us back or even seeing us live a quality life.
They're making you a loan that you can't repay, and they know it. As folks learn more, there was a strong desire to be able to offer something else than the payday lenders were offering to people that were financially struggling. That's really the birth of Exodus Lending.
Exodus Lending helped us save the house that we have right behind us.
I was leaving work one evening and I kind of lost control of the car. I tumbled like 3 times and injured my neck. The doctor told me that I will be off of work for about 8 to 12 months.
And I worked extra hours at this shop. I ended up trying to sell colognes and oils at the shop. And it got to the point we were very desperate. She wasn't 100% yet. I didn't want my family in the streets. So I sought after anybody who could give us a loan. And that's how I ran across Ace Cashing. One small loan ended up causing a chain reaction for the next 2 years. The payday lending generated shame in every area and every aspect of my life. I didn't feel like a confident and complete husband. I didn't feel like a good decision maker. And I was still struggling to pay them because we needed the $300 or $400 to actually pay the mortgage. But the extra for the high interest that we were paying, I didn't have. We were just absolutely caged in. We were trapped.
One of the reasons that Exodus Lending is so important to me is because I was a victim of payday lending and the debt trap. A lot of people, when they see me or hear from me talking about my payday lending story, are surprised that a young woman with a good education and fairly decent income would get into this situation. But the majority of Americans have said they can't get through a financial pinch where they would need $500, $1,000.
What's become clear to me is that this really is an issue that's not an isolated thing. It's not just a few people that you may know at some point in your life. Your next door neighbor, the person at the grocery store, people you encounter every day could very well be dealing with the stresses that are caused by being caught up in the payday lending trap.
Exodus Lending pays off a participant's loan in full. So then the participant pays us back over 12 months, interest-free. And then it just allows them to kind of get back on track, whatever that means for them.
There is hope. It is coming away from that darkness now. We're able to just breathe and see things a lot differently, communicate, spiritually.
They actually relieved us of something without judgment. That has to be the most important thing, is that Exodus Lending said, we don't care how you got here, we're going to help you guys.
For me, Exodus Lending have, become like a friend.
We build that one-to-one relationship with each client to understand what they're experiencing and to support them where they are and where they hope to be.
Those check-ins are a part of what we believe is leading to the success rate. And we also have an incentive. Our participants, if they're able to save, we match a certain amount of their savings at the end of their 12 months. So the idea is that you're out of the crisis, you're getting support, and then you're hopefully leaving the program with some stability.
Exodus Lending is a necessity. It's not a want, it's actually a necessity. It is needed in our communities. So we need to grow Exodus Lending.
When we have the opportunity to support an organization like Exodus Lending, that's a gift. That's an opportunity to serve my neighbor in ways that I cannot otherwise do. We can put our resources together and pass those on and empower Exodus Lending to do the work that they've been called to do.